Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Bryce. I'm with Susquehanna Valley High School. We are covering the Integrated Algebra Regents Exam 2011. We're doing parallel questions to 24 through 30. The value of an iPhone 5 in 2013 was $325. If it depreciates, that means if it goes down, depreciates means goes down at a rate of 8% per month. And Jay had his phone for 7 months, so the units are the same, months and months. How much was it worth today? Well, the formula for interest rate, this is money, so a rate of return is the starting amount of money times 1 plus or minus. It's going to be minus this time because it's depreciating. The percent as a decimal, and the exponent is time. We should have that written down and memorized. Okay, so the starting amount here is $325. Remember, you can hit pause at any time if you want to write down a formula. That's the starting amount. 1 minus, now how do I write 8% as a decimal? It's 8 over 100, 8 divided by 100. Do this stuff on your calculator if you can't turn these into percentages fairly easily. And time is 7. So I grab my calculator and I just type this into the calculator. 325 parenthesis 1 minus 0.08. You can either use the exponent key. This is where the exponent key is, right there. Okay, I'm going to get rid of those now that I made way too many. And put it to the 7th power. Our answer is $181.30. Let's try one more. Luke bought a silver coin online for $37.50. He noticed that the coin appreciates. Appreciate means go up. Hey, I appreciate you. Oh, my self-esteem went up. I feel better about myself. Appreciates in value by 5.5% each year. He's 16 now and wants to sell the coin in 45 years. So the time is not when he's 45, but 45 years from now when he retires. How much will he sell the coin for? Do you have the answer already? Did you beat me on the calculator? $37.50 is the start amount. 1, this time it's plus because it's going up. 0.055. And the time is 45. 5.5 over 100 equals 0.055. Use the full decimal. So type that into the calculator. Starts off with, now what I want you to do is I want you to think about, gee, is it going to be double? Is it going to be triple than that? It's going to be 5 times that, 10 times that. It's only going up by 5% per year for 45 years. I don't know, maybe twice. So 1 plus 0.055. Okay, you know Mr. Bryce is being, kind of funny here because I know pretty close to what the answer is going to be, and bingo. Oh, I used 445 years. No wonder why that was way off. Let's try again. Clear it, clear it. So that just showed you a very good lesson that, the money, if the money is way off, you should be able to know approximately what the answer is. This one is $417.25. I was able to look at the calculator and see that on the previous one, that was 445, not 45. Let's take a look at the next question. 25a. For what set of values is the algebraic expression undefined? Undefined means simple. That has to equal 0. The denominator has to equal 0. Well, the multiplicative property of 0 says that a number times 0 is going to equal 0. Here, x squared minus 4x minus 12 equals 0. I see the exponent is 2. So I want to factor it, set it into a multiplication problem. What two numbers multiply to be negative 12? You see I'm scribbling underneath that negative 12? What two numbers multiply to be negative 12? Add up to negative 4. Add up to negative 4. Negative 6 and 2. They multiply to be negative 12, add up to negative 4. If you didn't know that, just write down all the numbers multiply to be negative 12. Now we know since they have to multiply to be negative 12 and add up to be negative 4, the larger one has to be negative. Okay, and there we go. That's it right there. Okay, so it's x minus 6 and x plus 2. Well, if they multiply to be 0, like I said earlier, the multiplicative property is 0. One of them has to be 0. Either x minus 6 equals 0 or x plus 2 equals 0. So let's figure out which one. Actually, both of them. We add 6 to both sides. X equals 6. We subtract 2 to both sides. X equals negative 2. We have two answers. We made the bottom undefined by setting it equal to 0, factored it, found the solutions. There it is. The solutions to a quadratic. I've heard that before. Here's another one. Take this, factor it. What two numbers multiply to be positive 15, add up to positive 8? 5 and 3. X plus 5 times x plus 3 equals 0. Either the first one equals 0 or the second one equals 0. If I subtract 5 from both sides, x equals negative 5. Or if I subtract 3 from both sides, x equals negative 3. That's how you find out if a fraction is undefined or where it's undefined. Set the bottom equal to 0. Tom is 24 years younger than his father. The sum of their ages is 38. What is Tom's age? So this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that Tom is 24 years younger than the father, means the father minus 24. Does that make sense? You take the father, you subtract 24 years from it, you get Tom's age. The sum of their ages, Tom plus the father, means equals 38. This statement here says everywhere I see a t, I can write f minus 24. Well, here's the t. I'm going to write f minus 24 plus f, brought that straight down, equals 38. Combine like terms. 2 times the father's age minus 24 equals 38. I add 24 to both sides. Twice the father's age equals 62. After dividing by 2, I get the father's age is 31. Okay, now the sum of their ages is 38. Okay, I could take Tom's age. Tom is father minus 31. Minus 24. And then put Tom is 31 minus 24. Tom is 7. Do they add up to 38? Yes. Are they 24 years apart? Yes. Okay, so don't think that you had a shortcut and you knew this right away. This is trickier than it seems. 26D, I am 36 years younger than my father. The sum of our ages is 120. How old am I? Here are the equations that I set up. I am, is, are, was, were, have, had, has. I am means equals. I am 36 years younger. minus 36 from my father's age. The sum of our ages, I plus f, equals 120. Everywhere I see an I put f minus 36 plus f is 120. 2f minus 36 equals 120. I add 36 to both sides. I'm just solving the equation, just as if we solved any other two-step, three-step equation. So twice the father's age is 156. Divide by 2. My father is 78 years old. How old am I? So I equals father 78 minus 36. 78 minus 36 is 42. If you have any questions, make sure you ask me in class. You can hit pause or rewind. What's the product of these numbers? I should say in scientific notation. Get out your calculator. Type it in exactly the way it looks. Okay, so this last one is what I'm going to type in with you, is 3.7 times 10. Exponent key is right there. Negative 5. Please don't use the minus key. We hit equals. We get that. 9 times out of 10, this will be one of the choices, 15,355. But it says type it in, or give the answer in scientific notation. The decimal is right there. Once, twice, 3, 4 times. 1.5355 times 10 to the how many? Fourth. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. 28. Write that in set builder notation. Okay. I'm not quite sure why I wrote this question, but let's go for it. All numbers x such that 1 is the smallest, it's less than or equal to x, and 8 is the largest, and we have to write this little part. X is an element of the integers. Write the numbers 3 through 5 in inclusive interval notation. Okay, this includes all fractions and decimals because it doesn't say numbers 3 through 5, so that's 3.5, 4.5, 3.25, all those. Inclusively in interval notation. Interval notation is parentheses and brackets. If it didn't include, let's say there was something like this. We're given a picture like this on a number line. That's -2, that's 7. So then this would be a parenthesis, and that would be a bracket. If it was something like this, where we have -3 up to 7, then -3 would be in the square bracket because it's filled in. 7 would be in the parenthesis. So those are a whole bunch of things talks to you about interval notation. Okay, what do we have to do here? We have to find a common denominator. If we're subtracting fractions, we have to find a common denominator. So what's a common denominator between 4 and 6? Both of them go into 12. Okay, so I'm thinking 12 is going to be the denominator. What about x and x squared? They both go into x squared. This is going to be the common denominator. Now, what do I have to do to 4x squared? What do I have to do to 4 to turn it into 12? Well, that's simple. Multiply it by 3. So I'm going to put the 3 right there. What do I have to do to x squared to turn it into an x squared? Nothing. It already is. So there's the 3, and then the 5. Minus. What do I have to do to 6 to turn it into 12? Well, that's easy. Multiply it by 2. What does it do to x to turn it into x squared? Multiply it by x. So I do the 3 times 5, 15 over 12x squared minus 2xr over 12x squared. You're going to be wondering in a second, where are we going here? Guess what? We're done. 15 minus 2xr all over 12x squared. There's nothing I can combine there. So that's all she wrote. Stick a fork in it. It's done. When 9p minus 8 is subtracted from 4p plus 7, the result is, whenever you see the word from in subtraction, whatever comes next has to be first. 4p plus 7 minus 9p minus 8. From is first. I wrote that first. 4 minus 9 is negative 5p. Yes, it is. 7 minus negative 8 is positive 15. Yes, it is. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any questions, make sure you ask me in class tomorrow. Bye-bye.